Here we are talking Robin Hobb. Can anyone get away? Even the cover gives me a vibe. Where's your girl even gonna start? Hi guys, welcome and welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to the Brick Corner where we talk and we Robin Hobb. Man, I've at the time of this recording, it's towards the middle of May. It is May. I've had to sit and think about this once again for a couple weeks and in a book hangover. I'm actually kind of getting my way out of a big hangover. There was a book that was trying to slump me. Fifth season, I'm looking at you. The slump is real. The slump is real. Slump is real, y'all. That ain't this video. We'll just start from what we know. I'm going to try to keep this as spoiler free as possible. We do want to have a greater understanding of the LiveShip Trader series, or check out my previous videos. So the events of Ship of Destiny pick right up after the mad ship, and again we have the Viscerid family and all of the family trials and woes and all the things that are happening in the Rain Wilds and in Beantown and in the grand scope of the world as well. Did I tell you I couldn't stand Kai? This video is just gonna be once again me just trying to communicate my words, and I've had a few weeks to even communicate my pure joy for the experience that this series gave me. So the live ships are live, baby. They got attitude, they got personality, they have trauma. The live ships have issues. Things that stands out to me about Ship of Destiny is that first I thought the books were set up to be like beginning book would be, intro to the world and the characters and the climax of the second book, and then the fallout in the third book. But Robin switched it up. This book was incredibly climactic. Even in Mad Ship, the tension continued to increase, but with Ship of Destiny, all points are converging to this one pivotal moment, and it was just, I could not put it down. This book actually, it took me a while to get through. I think I'm starting to see a trend with the third book. I usually just milk that thing for all I can because I don't want it to be over. I want the characters to stay with me because this is my first time experiencing these characters for the first time. So there's this connection that I have with that, and so it was just oh man, I went into this series pretty much not really knowing what to expect. I knew about the live ship traders, and there's this wizard wood and that they're sentient ships, and that's all I knew, and I'm really appreciative of that. So for that, I'm going to try to keep this as vague as possible, because it is, if you decide to read this story or this series, it's one to be enjoyed without any spoilers and any ruining. It takes away from the experience and the emotional impact of the characters, and the messages and the commentary that Hobb wants to convey to the reader. One thing that surprised me was that the antagonist, I didn't even think of the story as having an antagonist other than Kyle. Oh. Anyway, but then I look up and I see that there is an antagonist, and it just, from a character that was so complex, just left me so conflicted on so many different levels. And it was a point that I realized that the entire time the reader was with Kenneth in his head, and to see other characters respond to him, and he's responding to them with what appears to be genuine goodness, but he's a sociopath, and how that all unravels so quickly, and it just took the wind out of my sails in a heartbreaking way. And I just felt all the things for all the reasons. Another thing that I found very interesting, and I don't know if anyone has picked this up or noticed this in their reading, but I noticed that the female characters, in Mad Ship, I talked about a theme of a woman in the traditional scope of this world being untraditional, and the balance between ambition and duty. But I found it very interesting that all of the main female characters, I was not conflicted with their arc, their story arc, or where their decisions. It was a bittersweet ending I wouldn't say it was really, really sad or everything went bad, but everything didn't really go good. And that the characters really earned every piece of hope and every piece of joy that they have. They earned it, and you felt that they deserved it when they have it, because it was just such a real depiction of how life is. The female characters, the lead female characters specifically, I felt so happy for them. And you know, even though horrific things had happened to a lot of the characters, and those who've read know what I mean, it was just so, it just left you with a spark of hope. However, the main male characters, I was conflicted by their characters, and so I really didn't know how to feel about them. I felt okay. They kind of dropped down a tick, you know, a few ticks down, and I don't know if that was Robin's intent. I don't know if that is just how I interpreted where their arcs ended. It was just a very interesting observation that I made in the story. My most surprising character was Malta. Run the clip. Run the clip. Girl, little girl. You about to, little girl. Girl, this young lady has grown. By the end of this book, she has grown to be such a phenomenal, strong, empowered young woman. And I couldn't believe it. I was rooting for her. I could not stand that little girl in the first book, but I was rooting for her, and I felt like a proud mama bear. I said, girl, you better see, you better. I couldn't believe it, but I could, because it's Robin Hobb. Robin tells you how you're gonna feel. Let's all just get used to that. She was my most surprising character, and really low key my favorite character. And I have to eat those words, but man, Malta surprised me, and I was so proud of her. I had such pride. Althea and her mom Veronica, and even her sister Kefria. I know I didn't mention none of these names in these other videos, but I'm sorry, y'all. Kefria is Althea's sister. And even all of the characters, how they, you know, just had beautiful, realistic, authentic experiences that were portrayed on page. It was a wonderful time. I really didn't want it to be over, and I realized, oh gosh, what I'm gonna do now? And I was like, oh my gosh, this is coming, and I don't have no room in my heart right now. I need some time. And ironically, you know, the one person who did not change, don't worry, I'll wait. Let me take a hydration break while you think about who it is. Kyle backhand him. Haven. He ain't changed a bit after everything that he went through. After the revenge that I thought was revenge, the man didn't change a bit. That is the true tragedy, right? What I admired and what I thought was so deserving was seeing the characters reunite with Kyle, Backhand, Haven, to see their growth and how they have resolved and healed their issues with him or not. How powerful it was. And it's sad because he still ain't learned nothing. And that is the tragedy of Kyle Backhand Haven. One of the things I felt Robin was saying as well was like, although life can really be rough and horrible, traumatic things happen to us, it is all about the journey and growing and not letting your past determine your future, and that you are in control of your destiny. And by that I mean you have a decision to live the life that you have and to squeeze every drop of lemon juice out of that lemon that you can and make you a phenomenal lemonade stand. Get you some sugar, some lemonade sugar rings on your cups. I mean, get the t-shirt. However much lemon juice you gonna make from your lemon, that is what you should lean into. And at the end of the day, that is a life worth living. Ship of Destiny, and so many of incredible characters and things, and just an all-out wonderful time. And I could gush and gush more about it. Girl, soon as immediately I went to the spoiler reviews, all my predictions were correct. I'm not saying your girl's a genius, but it was just a wonderful time. So the next series, Pawnee Man, and let me show you because I already got it. I don't want you to think I'm right here waiting. I'm not waiting. Your girl already got the books. Your girl already got the other quartet that goes behind. Don't get it twisted. Your girl is ready. Thinking in June, I probably will begin. And I'll be back with more Robin Hobb, because she is proven to be quite the foundation for the fantasy genre. And I didn't know, but now I'm knowing. Robin Hobb be the brick, she be the strong back. Let me know your thoughts. Do you have plans on reading the LiveShip Trader series? I would love to have a discussion about all the things Robin Hobb. You know, I be in her slip and all the other videos and stuff. I think she's like my favorite author. Can you blame the kid? You could. Because you like and comment and subscribe. Great, whether you blame me or not. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for being